Let's start at my earliest memory of this problem. As a little kid, usually during the holidays, my parents would promise to get us a gift, me and my siblings. It was usually between clothes, shoes or toys. Now, as for clothes or shoes, I had no say, as my mom would usually do the choosing. But when it came to toys, I had all the say because they didn't allow me. I had two other siblings and my dad was usually on a tight budget. So in essence, I could only get one toy. Now put yourself in my shoes. You are a kid on Christmas Day and you have to make the decision of what toy you want for Christmas. Little did I know this problem will follow me into adulthood. Flash forward to my more grown-up self. I was chasing a really crazy goal that had me doing ridiculous things. Just for context, I have a younger brother and everyone knows it's totally unacceptable for the younger brother to grow and become taller than his elder brother. He could put the universe out of balance. But I was so little growing up that people constantly wondered if my younger brother and I were twins. I'm 3 years older than him, by the way. This made dumb little me decide to start eating way more food because I believe it will help me grow bigger. Every time we were giving food, I would try my best to make out the plentier one, but it wasn't always obvious. And I wasn't a cyborg who could analyze how many molecules are present in each plate, so choosing was hard. Quite unfortunately, in spite of all my efforts, I'm sad to announce to you all that my brother is now taller than I am, so I guess you can't cheat genetics. Competing to eat more food is one thing, but not being able to decide what you want to do with your life is a whole nother level. When entering into senior school, I had to make the decision of what career I wanted to pursue because that would determine the class I would be placed in. So it was now time for me to decide what I want to do with my life. And honestly speaking, my mind was totally blank. You would think I should have had an answer straight up, but I didn't. My mom wanted me to become a doctor, but I don't think I'm cut out for that. I sat down thinking for about a few minutes with no clear answer in mind. I mean, there are so many things I could be. An engineer, a pilot, the president. Why do I even have to choose? Why can't I just be everything? At the end of the day, I picked computer engineering because, I played games on computers. Whether or not I could decide at that very moment didn't have any real immediate repercussions. But the next story did. One of the more extreme cases that shows my inability to decide is this. I had an exam to write. It was a general exam, so there were a multitude of students. The exam was meant to be taken digitally on the school's computer, but the school is poor, so they didn't have a lot, which meant they had to be queues to take the exam. I hate queues. The sight of them makes me weak in the knees. There were about 3 queues, all of which were moving at a different pace. My aim was to choose and join the one that would get me in the shortest amount of time. Sounds easy, right? Nah. I was at this for over 1 hour. I just couldn't choose a queue to join. I jumped from one to another, questioning my decision, analyzing all possible outcomes in classic overthinker fashion. Then finally chose one to see quit, only to wait for another hour under the sun before I could get in. I spent more time on the queue than I did for the actual exam. What are we doing here? Speaking of exam is a perfect scenario that shows the problem I have with choosing. With questions that have multiple options for a possible answer and no idea what the question is about, choosing an answer is a battle for the ages. Even though I have no idea of a possible answer, I'd like to believe that with enough skill in guessing, I could deduce a possible answer with a 50-50 success rate. But that just sounds like total rubbish, doesn't it? What I realized is growing up means gaining more independence. And independence means gaining more free will, the ability to choose for yourself. As a kid, my life was practically on autopilot, guided by the decisions of my parents. But now, I'll have to start worrying about what food to eat, what clothes to wear, what presidential candidates to vote for. I don't know. How am I supposed to tell who the good guy is? Psst, I can make you rich. All of this makes me really worried of the type of adult I'll grow to become. Not to talk of if I'll ever be capable of raising kids of my own. I recently found out after a brief research that an average adult human makes about 35,000 choices every day. This makes me wonder how I'm able to make it through every day, because choosing is a real problem for me. But don't worry, because I've developed a sophisticated method to quickly make a choice in times of need.
Contestants, in front of you are two buttons. Choose the right one and you win $1 million. But choose the wrong one and you die. So choose wisely. Time is running out, contestants.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a fish and let it go. Did I win? Hello?